Omarapatanadi, 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 Omarapatanadi. Tayo watatikin tayo. Yedama hetu tabawa hetu taken tata gato haya wata taken sayo niroda evam wadi mahashamana soha. Hi everyone, it's Natalie. So those were the preparations for doing Tibetan Mo. So here is the Tibetan Mo book on the system. I've got my cards here, which of course we just use for effect, kind of like flashcards. The die is in this little pouch. I just need to, whoops, let's see, I gotta move a bead. I later might go ahead and finish that 1,000 because I've only got one left, and then I can move this one up for 3,000. Okay. So, in order to do the Mo, so this is the bag. Manjushri's color is yellow like the sun. So I keep his die in a yellow bag. And here's the die. So the syllables you would have heard me chanting at the beginning. Where is Om? Oh, Om isn't on here, of course. So it's Om, Ah, we go Ra, Pa, Sa, Na, and the big one D. Om, Ah, Ra, Pa, Sa, Na, D. And then there are 36 combinations. So what we're going to ask, because we're going into the new moon, we want to ask what characterizes, what qualities characterize this new moon. So I'm going to take this die in my hands. I've anointed with some holy anointing oil. So what characterizes this new moon and new moon cycle? I've blown it into the die. Okay, so the first we have is Na. So the first syllable is Na. Second syllable, D. Na, D. Don't know enough about this to know if that's going to be auspicious or not. So Na. And these are now out of order. I can't remember how that happened. That's Na. Those are the tsas. Oh, there's a na. There's Na D. Is that right? Oh, this may or may not be very good. Is that right? Na D. Oh, it is good. Okay. So Na D, the treasury of jewels. If Na D appears, okay, the gatekeeper of the West, then there's a perfect prosperity similar to the opening of a treasury of jewels. Okay, folks, well, that couldn't be more auspicious. So that is characterizing. We're going to place that here. Okay, that is characterizing the new moon cycle. Okay, that is very, very auspicious. I was thinking if it ends in D, it should be pretty good. Where there's a D syllable, it tends to be pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move the bell and dorje over to the side here. And this week, we're going to go ahead and do our, we're going to do the entire, what am I trying to say? There's a brain fart in the house, everyone. There's a brain fart. Okay. Unbelievable. Let's find out further about this, shall we? Nadi. Okay, so if Nadi, the gatekeeper of the West, appears, treasury of jewels. So the sign of this divination is known as, quote, the opening the door of the treasury of jewels in the East. It is also known as obtaining butter from milk and gems from the ocean. That makes a little bit of sense there based on the card. I think we see butter in the background here, butter and milk. And then here we have gems coming up from the ocean to enlighten. That's a gateway that's opening. I mean, there's a lot there. Okay, so family, property, and life, as there will be no changes. Prospects are good. Intentions and aims, they are excellent and firm, and so the outlook for the future is positive. Friends and wealth, whatever you wish will be fulfilled. Ooh, so we want to make sure that we, well, if you want to wish for money, now would be the time to do it, eh? No enemies will arise. Guests will have a successful and comfortable journey. So keeping in mind that if you were living back in the old times, so let's think in terms of like the medieval era in Tibet, you know, guests and journeys are pretty important. If there's any illnesses that come about or that are diagnosed, they're going to clear up, gradually clear up. There are no enemies and no evil spirits whatsoever who are bothering you. Looks like spiritual practice is very good. It is recommended that you rely upon the deities of the Vajra family and the three masters of the Tathagata family. Also rely upon Mahabala. That probably won't make a huge amount of sense to people who don't practice in the Tibetan tradition. But suffice it to say, any deities, you know, so that would be Medicine Buddha, Vajra, you know, the Vajra family is a Medicine Buddha family. Anything that really kind of slices through or mirrors back to you. So for those who don't practice in any kind of Tibetan tradition, any deities that you work with who could be characterized by the element of water, or the element of, or the quality of being mirror-like, or helpful in terms of transforming anger. They're going to be extremely helpful, as well as anything that is peace inducing. Okay, so lost article. It must be near to the place where it was originally lost. So if you've lost something and you're looking for it, go back to where you think you may have lost it. Will they come and will the task be accomplished? So that kind of applies to a lot of different possibilities there. In the long run, suffice it to say, it will be accomplished. And then finally, all remaining matters. They are successful. It is especially advisable to seek the blessings of the jewel family. If you rely upon Nagas and other spirits, there will be success. Make offerings to earth deities and local deities so that good luck will arise. This prediction is known as a building of many stories. So let's break that down a little bit and make it more accessible. So the blessings of the jewel family, that's to do with the Ratna family, which is characterized by the color yellow. I haven't gone into any of this stuff yet. I'm hoping to feel inspired and ready to do that soon. Suffice it to say, the Ratna family is about wish-fulfilling jewels, wish-fulfilling in general, generosity. So if there are any deities that you work with or any practices that help increase one's generosity or create a generous spirit, that's going to be helpful. Any Nagas are related to water. So if there are any, you know, spirits that you work with, again, or elementals that are to do with water, that's really helpful to keep in mind over the next lunar cycle. And then, of course, making offerings to the local deities and sadhaks, the land spirits, is going to be very helpful. Yeah. The building of many stories. So it would seem too that you know, this will be interesting to compare with the tarot reading that goes with it. but it looks like what we're doing is moving into a space whereby we're starting to branch out. So we're going to be building in different directions, but we're laying the groundwork to begin, you know, branching out and building many different things, many different stories. Finding out where things overlap, you know, where they diverge. So there we are. So that's our first Tibetan Mo reading for the new moon of the 11th of April. Very interested to hear what you all think of that. All right, I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.